chosen one! It was said that you would destroy the Sith, not join them! Bring balance to the Force, not leave it in darkness!
Yo, it's the Chief, and in 2016 I created the concept for a game codenamed Star Wars Ascension. We did concept art, backstories, outlines of weapons customization. Also, the gameplay is literally inspired by For Honor, but with lightsabers, which automatically had investors and those behind the scenes kind of nervous but excited. Unfortunately, the idea was permanently put on ice and has been locked up, never to see the light of day. Until now. If you heard me speak on this before, welcome back. If you're new, hit that subscribe button, like and share, because I guarantee you're gonna love it here. Say something. Anyway, let's recap the game. It's just For Honor with Star Wars characters in space and planets. You can customize everything, and it takes place thousands of years later to where there is a new war between the Jedi, Sith, and the Grey. The Force is basically broken, and there are warriors able to do impossible feats. Basically, we took the Force Unleashed and said, F it, we ball. This caused us to create unique abilities some have that others don't. For example, my homie loves Dragon Ball Z, and he loves the Force Lightning. So one day, he has this idea to give this one Sith the ability to cover his entire body in Force Lightning, mimicking Super Saiyan 2 Team Gohan in the Cell games. At first, I was like, But after seeing it in motion, I was like, nah, this will be wild and dope, especially since the lightsaber was Force Lightning charged as well, and it looked crazy. I mean, absolutely bonkers. Can you imagine seeing that in game? You're fighting someone, they click on their Force Lightning and hit you with it, and you can't parry it. Oh, or if you do parry it, it shocks your character. Whew, man, amazing. This is what got me excited, because it was like, this takes place way further. No Vader, no Force Awakens, way in the future, eons, billions of light years away. I even opted to make this game non-canon, so it was a free range of what we could do. We could basically put anybody in here. We could do anything. We can change timelines. It's non-canon, like The Force Unleashed, if you catch my drift. Then I thought, you know what, Chief? Is it even possible to give fans that true lightsaber battle experience? We gonna find out. Recently, with the absolute failure of the Acolyte and the demise of Disney Star Wars, they have been reaching in the vault for anything to gain favor. And guess which concept they picked up? Now you're probably thinking, Chief, they're gonna mess it up. Well, they can't legally do that. Bob Igor must sign a contract stating Kathleen Kennedy or anyone in that cult cannot touch, change, or influence Ascension whatsoever. This is only possible because the investors are leaving in droves and Bob is crapping himself. They don't want to make a TV show or movie because it would cause a massive backlash from their fake modern audience that doesn't exist and is only just Twitter in reality. But a non-canon game where you just fight others in a For Honor-like climate is just dumb, stupid fun and would make millions to billions, yes, billions of dollars. Kathleen Kennedy doesn't seem to really care because they promised her a new contract or something that I think fell through because, you know, that's a whole mess back there. But I will say this, and I will say it with my whole entire chest. If greenlit, this will be the greatest Star Wars game of all time. If greenlit, this will be the greatest Star Wars game of all time. One more time for those in the back. If this gets greenlit, it will be the greatest Star Wars game of all time. All right? Based on the fact that it doesn't have to be connected to anything. The story has new characters and you can just throw in canon ones and, you know, old ones for DLC. including their weapons, costumes, even past events like bring back Vader, Yoda for like certain DLC things, special editions, and even the best part are the stances. Now, if you've played Jedi Survivor, you know that you can change your stance and use heavy saber, dual wielding sabers, a blaster with a saber. I wonder where they got that from. 2016 to 2023, I wonder what concept they got the stances from. The world may never know. Wink wink, nudge nudge. I want y'all to spam Twitter with hashtag Ascension, and don't stop until this is trending. Disney is backed in a corner and is about to press the big red button, which would launch all the fan service they have been keeping if they ever got into a situation of the company falling apart. Now, they never thought they would have to use it because they're Disney. How can we lose? I also knew the writing was on the wall when the Acolyte puts an Easter egg calling the witch's ritual the, I kid you not, Ascension. Not only was it unnecessary, but there were a dozen other things you can call it. And the main plot of the twins steals from my concept of the triplets, one being the Jedi, a Sith, and the last being a Grey. The Acolyte was like a, we know what you want, but you're not getting it, ever. We don't like you OG fans. Too bad the modern audience doesn't seem to have any money or ever show up. All we have to do is wait and kick our feet up, because we won. And it gets better as Kathleen Kennedy and her weird cult keep attacking us. Their Titanic sinks. Nothing pisses off your opposition more than taking away their power to rile you up. I mean, just look at Star Wars Outlaws. Who thought this was a good idea? That BlackRock money can't pay everything back, especially since we're hurting their bottom line as well, which is pissing them off deeply, and I enjoy it because don't nobody want your kale shake. Give us pizza, extra cheesy with stuffed crust and bacon on top. And yes, put my receipt in the bag, please. In closing, I stopped being afraid of the new Star Wars when I got news behind the scenes that a civil conflict was brewing. Bob is starting to crack, and those who pay his bills are not happy and are about to grab the whip. Doesn't matter what Kathleen Kennedy has. Dropped allegations. We already know what you're gonna do. We know you're a strong, independent woman. We know what you're capable of. But in reality, the fans can't lose. We are the backbones of franchises. They can't replace us all. All they can do is use propaganda and lie. And now that we're united, they are losing jobs, studios, and are being forced to give us real, edible food. Star Wars Ascension is the beginning. I know most of you won't understand this. I know most of you have given up, thrown in the towel, and said F it. But to me, and many others, Star Wars isn't done. In fact, I would say it's in hibernation. There are, in fact, 9 other projects Lucasfilm has on ice that will change everything, and we will free them from their cage. Kathleen Kennedy is defeated, beaten down, bleeding out, and in her final moments as the head of the division is violently throwing attacks in every direction. Ascension being a keyword in their garbage vision and even stealing my concept was their downfall, and I warned everyone using my ideas and even perverting them in an ugly way would feel the karma and backlash as you can see around you. My guardian archangels do not play about me. Now, this might go over many of y'all's heads, but when it finally clicks, come back to this video, rewatch from start to finish, and Bob, have your people call my people so I can clean up Kathleen's mess. Chiefs out, adios Vidizane, au revoir.
I just place pussy out of my face. Money down for my case. I can't lie, life straight. I can't lie, life straight. And you know this shit been good. And you know I'm from the head. But I made it out there. But I made it out the woods. Smoking on dope every day as I should. Counting on money every day as I should. Fucking on hoes every day as I should. I'm a big boss, yeah, I feel like shit. Don't care about cost, I'ma make this flood. I can bet your bitch right on that. My nigga walked in, had a heart attack. I'm 800, I'm part of that. We gotta say, I was gonna fall back. We shoot at these niggas, no poppin' back. I'm hitting that trigger,